I'm Hazel. It's Saturday today, which makes it time to sit down and catch up on the WoW news of the week, what I have been up to, and answer some of your questions. This week, Blizzard released a massive roadmap detailing what the next year of Dragonflight is going to look like, if it all goes according to plan. This is a massive, massive plan. It's got 6 patches, with 2 of them being major content adding updates. That is a big change from their old format of doing like a 0.5 sort of mini patch, and then a big patch, and then a mini patch and a big patch. This new format would have a big one, and then 2 minis before the next big one, but 6 patches overall, including those 4 mini ones, which is a lot more than we had in Shadowlands. It says that 10.0.5 is going to be early next year, and that's tagged under winter, so we could expect that in kind of the January to February range. I know that it has some data mined changes and updates to both the Lunar Festival and Love is in the Air, so it could be anywhere in kind of that range. That patch is going to include the trading post feature that we talked about last week, as well as white and gray quality transmog. And then they have 10.07 on here, adding some world content for endgame in the Drakthir starting area, as well as heritage armor for humans and orcs, which I know people have been asking for a long time. Then the first major patch has some UI improvements noted, along with, of course, a new raid, zone, season, and profession updates. Following that, there will be a new mega dungeon, apparently, with refreshes to holidays, system updates, and then a 3rd season with a new zone, raid, all of the rest of it in presumably winter 2023. That is a lot of content to deliver in 1 year. Only time will tell if they are able to actually stick to this schedule and follow through on it, but it is an ambitious thing to post. But they've been making changes and fixes really quickly lately, so maybe they finally have the people that they need to actually get content out in line with their goals without kind of burning people out. I really hope so, because this sounds awesome, and I would love to play a year of Dragonflight that looks like that, so I really hope they can do it. There's a lot of Dragonflight updates that people have been asking for that aren't like specifically verbatim listed in this roadmap that could still make it in under the items of like systems and content updates. I know there's been a lot of talk of flying, both in people wanting them to bring dragon riding outside of Dragonflight, but also people wanting to bring regular flying into Dragonflight, so I'm sure that's something that they're thinking about and talking about as they come up with these content updates for Dragonflight. But there's an awful lot of room for cool things within 6 patches in a year, so I am super game. Speaking of 10.0.5, which is the first one on the radar, we got another update on that with a couple of news pieces in the notes. Specifically, experience bars, bags, and menu buttons are going to become movable with the edit mode in 10.0.5, pieces of the UI that I know people have been really wanting to move, and also some new motion sickness options for dragon riding, something that's going to add a focal point, and then something that's going to kind of darken the surroundings when you're going quite quickly to help mitigate motion sickness effects that I know some people have been continuing to experience. I have not seen them in practice just yet, but it is encouraging that they are continuing to look at more ways they can make dragon riding comfortable for people that are still having difficulty and having like illness from it. Other things this week, they added a brand new cosmetic transmog set to the cash shop called the Fireplume Regalia, and they've also included it in a mega bundle with a bunch of other cosmetics. And then the bundle is discounted if you have those items in the bundle already, like based on how many of them you have. And if, like me, you happen to have all of the other items except for the transmog, then it's quite a bit cheaper to get the transmog via the bundle, so they got me. The set looks like this. It works in any armor type. There's a number of different options that you can use depending on how you would specifically like it to look. I wasn't gonna, but then they got me with the whole bundle thing, so there it is. Also in live WoW, the secret sunglasses wearing auto mount has been found. There is a whole guide on Wowhead. It involves lots of fishing. It's been reigniting love of fishing among, otter fans worldwide. I will link the Wowhead guide that has step-by-step instructions below if you want to work on yours. It can be done pretty quickly if you already have the aquatic shades that you get for trading a gold coin to the Great Swag. And if you haven't done that yet, you've got a lot of fishing ahead of you, but it's worth it because look, if you wear the sunglasses, he wears the sunglasses. Other things, the world first race has come to an end with Echo snagging the win with their world first kill of Mythic Razageth. Congratulations to them. And then in my life, I have been slamming Tuskarr rep. I am Tuskarr Renown 25. Lots of fish dailies, lots of soup. What else have I been doing? Lots of fishing. Once you've gotten your fishing nets and your harpoon and stuff upgraded, you can then turn in the items that you use to upgrade them at a rate of 250 rep for each of them once. And then that seems to reset weekly, so there's some extra rep there. And then aside from that, I've been doing holiday things, planning my family Christmas, and riding out the snowstorm. We got a little bit of extreme weather here, which I wasn't expecting this year, despite the fact that we had some last year, and I guess I should get used to it by now, but I didn't have anywhere to be, so I mostly just holed up inside and had some tea. My hummingbird feeder had like this much snow on top of it, so I like cleared the snow off and made a fresh batch of hummingbird syrup. And then I had lots and lots and lots of very cold looking puffed out little feathers hummingbirds coming by for the day because I think the rest of their stuff was buried. And then bringing back questions for this week, Chrissy wants to know, I'm finding myself a little overwhelmed by the map at max level and unsure what to focus on. Should I be working on one rep at a time or all at once? It seems like I'm not getting much accomplished outside of weeklies. So weeklies are a fantastic start. Don't sell yourself too short. I would say that you can work on all reps at once if you want to. There's no reason for you to not do that unless you're overwhelmed, which is a perfectly good reason to pick one and focus on it. That's what I did. I decided I was going to go hard for the Tuskarr, and then everybody else I'll just kind of get the rep whenever I feel like it. I will say that world quests only spawn twice a week. They spawn with weekly reset, and then they spawn once in the middle of the week. So it's not that onerous to clear out the entire map of world quests because there's not that many of them, and you only get 2 batches of them a week, and that gives you pretty good rep with the various factions. So that's a somewhat achievable thing to do if you want to. Side quest is another one that if you're looking for rep, you can kind of go back and clear out all the side quests you can find just gradually and at your own pace, because once you've done one once, you don't have to do it again, and a lot of those give lots of rep. This expansion definitely has a lot of things that you don't have to do, but you can do, but you don't have to do. So there aren't really any wrong answers. I would say that weeklies and world quests are a great start. And then if you want to do more, then you can pick a faction, kind of research what different things you can do for that faction and like really go in on one of them. For me, I've been going hard on Tuskarr, so I do lots of soup. I check the Wowhead page every day to see like when the next soup is. It's every 3.5 hours, but it's annoying to find it out in game. So I just kind of look at the Today in WoW section and go, oh, well, soup's at 11. I'll be there. And Califax wants to know, as Mythic Plus is now picking dungeons from older expansions, which dungeon would you like to see Mythic Plusified in a future season? So I thought about this. There's a lot of good ones from kind of WoD and MoP. I would say Auchindoun from Warlords of Draenor, and people will fight me on this, but I just liked it. You know, you have a whole bunch of imps. They're all casting a very long cast that will one-shot somebody, and it's exciting to see how and which ones are going to get kicked. I will also say the MoP version of Skullmance could be kind of interesting, or Stormstout Brewery is one that comes up in MoP Time Walking that I always enjoy, and I think that could be really fun as a Mythic Plus too. And that's been the week. I am going to be taking it kind of easy for a couple of weeks here because of the holidays and because I'm comfortable. It's snowy outside and I have lots of layers, and I shall not be moved for a little bit. But in January, I've got lots of ideas for Dragonflight stuff that I want to start coming out with. What if maybe I should do a Hazel Nutty 2023 roadmap? Seasons. I don't know what that would mean. If you have a question for your news video, please put in the comments of the most recent one and include the word question to help me find it. Thank you all so much. Happy holidays, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.